Everybody, it's the Rewind. Little different show for you all today. Me and RN are in the studio. We're going to be giving our WWE Fastlane Predictions. We're your host. My name is Kyle Tyson.
I am the brains and the beauty of the SmackDown podcast. RN.
You, you still got it backwards. You got the brains title back. You need to be and the brains. Like you start off with the brains. Everyone already knows you're the beauty. What the hell, man?
I was already the brains too. You just got lucky and wanted a title when I wasn't there. So.
Yeah. Anyways, Fastlane lanes this weekend. It's an odd time, man, to put the show up. We're on the Fastlane RN2 Survivor Series, I guess. Traditionally, this is a pay-per-view that is like the last stop before we get to WrestleMania. I've always hated the concept of Fastlane because whenever it is before WrestleMania, there's like no stakes.
Right.
Essentially, they usually deliver good matches, but it's like the easiest to predict match card. We'll see if this is any different now that we don't have WrestleMania preceding it. Once again, we have Survivor Series, which.
So what do they normally have? Like normally October is like Hell in the Cell or what else?
Yeah,
what other one?
we got rid of Hell in the Cell, man.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
okay.
Which I'll take this. I'm gonna take. I need a
that
break.
Red Cell was terrible, and like you name a whole pay-per-view Hell in the Cell, and there's normally like one Hell in the Cell match. Like, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah. So I'm good with the break from Hell in the Cell. This is lately WWE is on a good streak with their B-level pay-per-views. Anyways,
right.
They're usually over-deliver. Now, granted, for the first half of the year, the B-level pay-per-views all had a shtick to them. I think like Elimination Chamber was Sami Zayn. It was in Canada. Right. Backlash was in Puerto Rico. And then they had Money in the Bank over in Europe and everything. So this one is just your regular run-of-the-mill B-level pay-per-view.
I think that they put it here before because I think they're going to pull out all the fucking stops for Survivor Series. That's why it's like we're on the fast lane to Survivor Series.
Yeah, because it definitely seems like we're building up now that the bloodline is pretty much in the outs. We have a lot of factions being built up. Thank goodness for Triple H. If that's one cool contribution that's unique to him over Vince is the building up of these factions. Now we're looking at LWO, Bobby Lashley's new faction, which. It's fair to assume we're not doing Bloodline. I mean, Hurt Business rather. If they name this faction, it's going to be something else. It's not Blood Hurt Business. It can't be Hurt Business without MVP, anyways.
Right, it just can't be.
Yeah. But yeah, so this pay-per-view is taking place October 7th. That is this Saturday. It's only got 5 cards. Thank God we're gonna have like a breezy pay-per-view for once. As much as I love AEW, goodness gracious, I'm due for a you think this is under 3 hours, right?
You
think so?
For sure. The last few ones have been like 2.5, 2:45.
I was about to say I bet you this runs about 2:45 from bell to bell.
I think NXT's was too. No Mercy was only like 2:40, 2:45.
Yeah. So we're here to kick off predictions. We're going to give our thoughts on the matches, and we'll run down the card, predict who we think is going to win, and then also try to call any maybe little surprises that might happen during the show. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's kick this off. First up is going to be once again, Lashley and the Street Profits taking on LWO. Now, as of this moment, I do not think we know who the third member is. I believe, obviously, you got Rey Mysterio and Phantasmo, but we don't know which other member of LWO. My prediction is this is a risky one here, but it might be Dragon Lee. You think maybe like Dragon Lee is the shoo-in? Because like. The other two guys, I forget. Isn't it like Joaquin Wild and dude? They're just geeks, man. They are cannon fodder. Like they are, they have like probably the weakest power ranking in all of WWE in the men's division. Like they just get bounced around by everybody. So the idea that either of the men are going to take up the third slot is kind of, I don't know about that.
Man, they're like J&J security, bro, and they're like fucking like, how's your heaters gonna be smaller than you? And Phantasmo's already small, so it's like,
yeah. Now, with that being said, I am actually excited for this because Ray has been killing it as of late. Did you watch their United States title match on Friday?
No, I did not, but I heard it was a banger.
Oh my god, dude, it was so good. It was so good. It had me at the edge of my seat. I was bought in hook, line, and sinker the whole time, and it was fantastic.
I'm gonna throw a little curveball here.
Yeah,
I think Phantasmo turns on
Santos.
Ray.
Santos Escobar. Sorry,
I forgot that's what he used to be. But
yeah.
I think Escobar turns on Ray, bro, and he joins with Bobby and them.
You think so?
I would love that. I know that's probably not going to happen, but
it's also Cruz del Toro. My apologies. I got the names were fleeting me. The names were fleeting me for a moment.
He's literally had like 6 names since he's been with the company. Like he changed his name, I think, twice when he was in NXT.
Yeah, but yeah, man. So this one, I think this is like probably maybe the easiest match to predict. I believe this is going to go to Lashley and the Street Profits. Of course, the Street Profits are on this. Since you haven't seen SmackDown, with them not being willing to pull the trigger in previous weeks, essentially to do heel shit, right. Bobby gave him an ultimatum. He said he was done with them. He said he wanted nothing to do with them anymore. And when they tried to apologize, he said, "Don't say nothing. Just go out and prove yourself." And after the fantastic match between Escobar and Rey Mysterio, of course, the Profits came out and they jumped both men. They beat the piss out of Joaquin Wilde and Del Toro. There was a hilarious moment when Joaquin Wilde was running down the ramp to save the day, and he literally just bounced off the back of Lashley. Like, Lashley didn't even do anything. He just bounced off the man. So yeah, with the newly formed faction with Lashley and the Street Profits, I believe they are going to be taking the W here. You're going a step further and saying that you think possibly we're going to get a heel turn from Santos Escobar. That's interesting.
I know there's nothing to show or that's even possible, but like him losing to Ray and just them getting complete, like to me, like he's way better as a heel. Like I don't feel anything from him as a face. Like even his style and the suits and shit and everything, like even how he talks, like I don't take him, like I don't feel anything from him as a face. Like he has to be a heel. That's when he works the best. Him coming with the mask and shit or whatever, taking it off. Him like his debut or one of the debuts, he had the mask, put it on and fucking headbutted Swerve. It had like a metal plate in it and shit.
Yeah, I remember that. That was actually really dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like he does, to me, like he does not work as a face.
I will say the exception is you can like most of the roster nowadays who grew up watching Rey Mysterio. I remember I had a moment the other week where I tried to sit down and think about who my favorite wrestler, my first favorite wrestler was. And I remember, like, as a kid, it was actually Rey Mysterio, so this blows my mind.
A lot of kids, yeah.
Yeah, but you're talking, I'm a man in my mid-30s, and I'm talking I was 10 years old, you know, and my favorite wrestler at the time was Rey, which is just...
I mean, at that time, he was only, like, 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
he wasn't
still,
that much older.
My point being is I feel like the exception to Santos working as a babyface is when you see his genuine admiration for Rey Mysterio when they're working around each other. You can see just how like full of like excitement he is to work next to Rey, and I feel like that is his one saving grace as babyface. And you remove Rey from the equation, I 100% agree with you. I think that dude is a heel all day. I don't know about him turning on Rey, but I'll tell you one thing. LWO is eating the L here. Yeah. Next match. Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the Judgment Day. One of WWE's other booming factions. Taking on the Franken team of Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. RN, who do you got here, man?
I got Judgment Day. It's going to be some shenanigans.
Yeah? I don't know about this one, man. It wouldn't shock me if they put the tag titles on on Cody and Jey Uso to give them something to do.
And not even that. The only reason why too, like I kind of was like iffy about this because then also too, if they got the straps and with Jay, that still has their line of sight with the bloodline, and that means they can travel to both shows if they have the tag titles.
It is a way to put Cody on SmackDown. We're still waiting on who the hell the trade was for, right?
Right.
Is that RN? You watch sports more than I do. Is that traditionally how trades work? Like two teams agree to a trade and they announce one member, but they wait like 2 months to announce who they got traded for.
That happens, but not that long of a time. Like they'll literally say in a player to be named later. Like, you know, what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't take fucking months.
Okay.
To see who the other player is.
Because that's what we're working on now. Jay's working on about a month, a little bit more on the red brand at this point, man.
Yeah.
Because because he quit after Payback. That's right. Yeah, he walked out there, he super kicked everybody and said he quit, and then it was about like 2 weeks later he was on Raw.
Mm-hmm. That was a month ago for sure, because that was last month's pay-per-view.
Yep. I'm gonna go with, man. You know what? I'm just gonna go against the grain here. Although, like, I'm just gonna go with this will be my wild card pick because I feel like the rest of the night is like safe picks.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. I think they just love to keep sowing the dissension in the Judgment Day, and Rhea Ripley is essentially at this part the only thing holding that group together, putting them on lockdown. Did you see on Raw her essentially put everybody, including Dominic, in his place?
Oh yeah, and told him if he didn't bring the NXT title, the North American title back, don't come back.
And then what did he do though? He went out and got that damn belt though. That's for sure. I hate that part too. Like, every time they have like a fucking real like faction going, like they always have to like seed dissent into it. Why do you have to do that? Like, that to me is unoriginal, and it's like, you can't, like, people can't just coexist when they're having success. Like, they're literally running the entire fucking federation. What reason do they have to be mad at each other? Yeah, I don't know, man. You're right. Absolutely. They are, now that the bloodline is seemingly no more.
Right.
Judgment Day is by and far the most dominant faction in WWE.
Yes, like,
it's literally they're going out of their own way to get in each other's way. It all started though. It really, the core of it is the relationship between Damian and Finn. However, that is just spilled over to taking shots at Dominic now, and yeah.
And my thing too, even with that, like, everyone knows the story about Finn and JD. He trained him. He's been with him since he was 15 years old. Like, if that's your homies in your crew, they're gonna take your mans too. Like, it's like, this shouldn't be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be an issue. Like, I could see if he like cost them anything or like was going against them and like talking shit about him, but like, he's done nothing but help them the entire. He hasn't done anything for them not to want to bring him in, and that's their man's like right hand. Like, it's like none of this shit with Judgment Day makes sense. Like, I don't understand how they're pushing them but trying to break them up at the same time. Like, it just literally makes no fucking sense to me at all. Like, it almost makes me like mad and not want to watch them because like I'm sick of it. Like, you got everything. The only thing they don't got is a world title, but they got the secondary title in NXT. So that means they got a secondary. They got the tag titles, and Rhea's the world fucking champ. Like, y'all, and they're on every fucking show almost. Like,
and you got money in the bank.
And you got money in the bank. So you essentially got all the titles.
They're one of the most. To be fair, they're one of the most prestigious factions by this point.
Exactly.
In WWE's existence, like at this point, they're one of the most successful factions. Also, in record time too, because they've only been together for just over a year.
Right. Like, what do you like? Why is this much dissension in somebody that's having so much success? Like, it makes no fucking sense to me. Like,
I don't know, man.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me.
They can't help it.
I started sweating thinking about it. Like, that's how.
Yeah. No, I can tell you getting legitimately worked up over there.
Like, 'cause it's like, bro, I'm like, come on, man. Like, I honestly hate even watching their segments because, like you said, it starts out them talking shit and like against everybody. Then the next thing you know, they're at each other's fucking neck. I'm like, no wonder it's easy for y'all to lose and shit. Y'all fucking fight each other more then you fight other motherfuckers. What is going on?
I don't know, man. I think they're gonna stick it out here though, and for later on in the card, which we'll get to. But yeah, for right now, my official pick, Jay and Cody. Who's yours again?
I went with Finn in it.
Yeah, Judgment Day. That's right. Okay. All right. Next up, next match, we got the triple threat for the women's championship. Asuka, Io Sky, and Charlotte Flair in this triple threat. I'll kick this one off. I don't know how Asuka always manages to feel like the third wheel in all of these feuds when she's supposed to be, I think, the main opponent for Io, at least has the best chemistry. With that being said, low key, for in-ring quality, this is going to be match of the night. I almost guarantee it. Like these three women are probably going to tear the house down. We might see a returning Bianca Belair, although actually she's on the opposite brand, I think, too. So never mind, that don't matter.
No, I thought she's on SmackDown.
That's right. Yeah, she is. That's right. I'm sorry. I was thinking.
That's who Asuka got the belt from.
Yeah. No. You're right. I got confused there for a second because I thought she was who Nia Jax took out, but that was Rhea Ripley.
No, remember they traded them and the Profits to Raw, to SmackDown.
Yeah. So we might see the return of Bianca Belair. However, I think this is going to be a great match. I do believe my hot take on this one is I believe this is where we pull the trigger and Bayley turns on Io. My idea is that Bayley will essentially look like she's going to cost Io the match by mistake. However, she'll be able to make up for it, and she'll actually aid Io into retaining the title. And then while Io is celebrating, I think we get the official heel turn from Bayley, or at least she turns on her teammate.
Again, that's another thing. Like, why? Like, they are like, why? Like,
well, Bayley kind of makes sense in the traditional like jealousy. My moment is passing. I got to do something to retain. Charlotte touched on it in one of her promos. Calling her like you're one of the four horsewomen.
I'm not saying that that's not all true, but what I'm saying is like, why when a team has success, why are we always chomping at the fucking bit to break them up?
Yeah, well, I will say this. Damage Control feels like a faction that like just had all the potential in the world, but for one reason or another, never took off and accomplished what we kind of expected of them. And at this point, I feel like even with that being said, their best days are behind them. Like I don't
think so. And here's
you don't think so?
Here's why I disagree with you. Because back then, the focal point of the group was Bayley.
Right.
By that time, it just wasn't working out for her. It just wasn't hitting for her. Now the focal point is Io. And Bayley is a way better mouthpiece and manager / than actually being the head of the fucking group. And that's why I think now it works better. The dynamic is better now because Io doesn't have the good English. So Bayley's doing the talking and she's doing the ass kicking in the ring. But also Bayley can ass kick too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't think they should. I don't think they should break up, and I think they should get a new run when Dakota comes back with the three of them with this dynamic, and not the one where they're her fucking background singers in a tag team. You know what I'm saying? Like, Io is the star of this group from the beginning, and I've said that because anybody that watched the show knows how much I love Io and how much I said that this was going to happen, that she'd be a world champion. So, like, I think now that the dynamic has changed, I think they should keep them together and maybe get a better run out of it now that Bayley's not the focal point. Because I don't think Bayley's ever been a good focal point of a group. Like, she's, like you said, she's a pillar. We look at her in a different sort of way. So, like, we kind of felt like they were holding her back. But now that that's not really the case because Io's doing her own thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we could have got a Judgment Day kind of run. Like, if they had a secondary title for the women, like, this would be a perfect way to set them up as, like, the bloodline for women. You know what I'm saying? Like, once Dakota comes back.
Yeah, I mean, they could always beat up Chelsea Green and Piper Niven and get those belts that have seemingly disappeared.
I forgot they even had the belts, bro.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You could do like a holding all the gold-esque thing with them. Because I think that we did get that back with Sasha and Bailey. I think that they were both tag champs, and I want to say Sasha was holding the women's championship as well at the same time. But no, it'd be interesting. I don't see it happening. I think WWE has run its course with them. We'll see how it plays out. I very well could be wrong.
I agree with you. I said all that, but I actually agree with you. I'm just like at the point where like
it's not what you would do.
No, because every time we have a successful group, like, and it doesn't matter, it's in tag team like the Street Profits. We've been trying to break the Street Profits up for the past 3 years. The New Day, we tried to finally, people just gave up on that. Like, all right, these motherfuckers ain't leaving each other. But like, we literally always try to break up successful groups. Like, who's gonna be the Jannetty? Like, no, why does anybody have to be Jannetty? Why can't they just stay together and be successful and fucking rack up wins and make their team or their group like an all-time fucking team? Like,
just start making prestigious groups. It is weird. I mean, like I said, the most prestige that we've seen added to groups lately has been the Bloodline and Judgment Day. And you know, we thought we were on the way with Imperium, but that is like the poster child of WWE sowing dissent in their factions. Yeah, no, I know. It's because they embarrassed Gunther, I guess. So anyways, that's besides the point.
And also too with this match, like I know I'm the Charlotte Flair defender all the time, and I get it, but like I kind of feel like there was no reason to add her to this. Like she can be a part of the main event and not be a part of the title picture. Like they still have not figured out how to like balance that with her. You know what I'm saying? Like then this is why people get complaints and people shit on her, because like they can't find anything for her to do if she's not in the title picture. Like they just can't.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing she can do is she can get squashed by a debuting Jade Cargill. That's what she can do.
Ooh,
but anyways,
that's the tip of electricity on the tip of my penis when you said that.
Yeah, man. That would, you want to talk about making an impact. You squash Charlotte Flair.
You know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I'm back to I want her to squash Becky in 26 seconds to take the title.
All right. Now, as far as this match goes, was that your pick? Was EO as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm on the line, honestly. I could pick Charlotte because, I mean, if Charlotte's in the title match, 9 times out of 10 she wins. But I'm going to stick with EO because I love EO to death.
Next match. John Cena, LA Knight, taking on essentially what's left of the Bloodline. I gotta tell you, man, I am excited for this match. The one thing that is just irritating me, and I know you're not experiencing this too much because you don't get around to watching SmackDown that frequently, is they have got to do something to explain, just make Jimmy Uso make sense. This is one of the biggest damn plot holes in all of WWE, and that's saying a lot.
Right.
Is why the hell is Jimmy Uso out here like helping out the Bloodline and acting like he's back in? Now, granted, he's doing this weird thing where he's like cocky and borderline disrespectful to Heyman, but how do you go from standing up to Roman and pulling your brother out and to turning on your brother and then all of a sudden just repping the Bloodline again? He was the de facto reason why we finally got Jey Uso out, and then the first thing he did was run back. Is like I just want it to make sense. That's it. I just want it to make sense.
I mean, I guess they're just going with the fact that like Solo's his brother, so like he's sticking with his brother as best he can, I guess.
Maybe that was pretty much it. Like he had like he told Roman, I didn't do it for you. I did it for Jay, and then like he saw Solo needed a little bit of help one night, and he was like, fuck it, I'm back in the Bloodline. Like and he's just repping the ones. And I do love if someone should make a like a compilation of all the times Jimmy pisses off Paul Heyman though, because they're doing this wonderful thing. I'm not sure if you've seen clips of it, but Paul Heyman will be delivering a promo with Solo and Jimmy looking stoic in the ring, and then Jimmy will do the hand gesture that Roman does, holding the hand out for the microphone, and Jimmy does that to Heyman, and he's had to do that a couple times, and every time he does it, you see that Heyman gets like super perturbed, and he's just expecting, I'm assuming, like Roman to come back and murder the guy whenever Roman comes back. With that being said, it should be a fun match. Cena's return match to WWE. Cena is on like a 1,000 or something day losing streak. Yeah. Technically, he hasn't won a match in WWE in over 3 years.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
that's how it should be with their veterans.
Yeah,
I've been saying that for how long?
For a minute now.
Come back and squash your stars with old niggas that have to ice their knees for 6 hours after the match.
Yeah. But this seems like a vehicle to try to help LA Knight get to that next level in, I think, WWE's eyes. This one's kind of a toss-up, though, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little torn on this. I kind of want to hear your take before I make my pick.
Well, just to let y'all know, I'm not just talking shit. I'm one of those old niggas icing his leg. I went to physical therapy today, and I'm sitting on ice right now. So just to let y'all know, I'm not just saying that. I'm not only a client, but I'm the president, too, of icing niggas having to ice for 4 hours after they do something. Just put that out there first. And then second of all, I'm going off what you said. It's the losing streak, and I think that this is going to set up LA Knight versus Cena at Survivor Series or some other thing, because they kind of had a tiff. Like, it wasn't like they were like best buds. Like, LA Knight was in his face that whole time that match. Was it what? That was the Miz, wasn't it?
Yeah. He took on the Miz, and Cena was the special guest referee.
Yeah, so I think that this is going to start off. That is going to jumpstart that off.
That'd be neat. I would like to see the coveted, long sought after, mythical Cena heel turn, and have him turn on LA Knight.
I gave up on that. And that's what I'm hoping happens if this goes, because you don't want LA Knight to be a fucking heel after everything that's been going, and especially against John Cena. He's going to eat him alive. But if we got a random Cena heel turn after they lost, oh my God, I would literally fucking Randy.
That's
Randy
all
over
people.
the TV, bro.
Dude, that's all. Are you kidding me? People would tune in week after week just to see heel Cena.
Oh.
Like, what does that look like? It's like a fucking
comes back
unicorn.
And he's like wrestling in slacks like Big Boss Man or something back in the day when he was corporate boss man.
Yeah.
He doesn't wear the jorts anymore. Fucking just comes in only suits and shit. Even when he wrestles, has like a tearaway suit, bro. Oh my.
He commits to the bald. He shaves the top, leaves the sides long. Comes out with a Pall Mall.
Bro, stop it, man. You're making too much sense right now.
Old man washed up Cena, just bitter.
Yeah, seriously. If he just came out in like fucking like, I don't know, like jeans instead of jorts, like, you know what I'm saying?
Just got New Balances on.
Or if we came out, or if we got an old school Cena in the throwback jerseys again. Oh my God, just freestyling on people.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it'd be good. With that being
John
said,
Cena was the best version of John Cena. I just want to put that out.
You said Black John Cena.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, he he's definitely used the N-word before.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I think he gets a pass though, because his actual rap album, like, people can say whatever they want, but I'm not gonna lie, that motherfucker was spitting like that. Like, I know the like real niggas and like people that don't watch wrestling and they'll tell you that John Cena album was kind of fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Cena would get a pass if he was like saying it while he rapped. Not like if he said it like called somebody that, or like, you know what I'm saying, was like being racist with it, but like if he was just like rapping a song and it had nigga in it, I think Cena gets a pass.
Oh hell no, he wouldn't. But you know who would come for him, right? You know who would come for him? It'd be white people. It'd be white
exactly.
people.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that he gets a nigga pass.
RN, stand back. I got this one for you, buddy.
I think John Cena's got the card. He's got the buy one, say one free card.
What was it? Vince McMahon called him the N-word. Right. So, yeah, in front of Booker T.
He does not have
the pass. You sure you can't buy the pass?
No.
I think he bought the pass.
No,
I
that's because
mean,
Booker T's Steven from Django. That's why.
fuck, dude. Oh man, who do you got?
I got the bloodline.
The Bloodline. I'm gonna go with Cena and LA Knight. I feel like they just want to give a cheap a win. Jimmy Uso looks very pinnable in this match, like he always was. He was always like the fall guy in the Bloodline too. So yeah, we'll go ahead and split this one between us. All right, and next match. It's the main event. Seth Rollins and his bad back taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, last man standing for the World Heavyweight title. So I'll kick this one off. I feel like, dude, I feel like this is gonna go like one of two ways. Let's see here. Noob says LA Knight and Cena are winning too. Hey Noob, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Noob?
I think so. So here's my prediction. I think that I hate to say it, but I feel like Seth still retains. Mm-hmm. I wanted this to be like they could use an excuse. It's the last man standing match is like one of the most protected matches because you don't get pinned, you don't quit. You know what I mean? You literally can't answer a 10 count. Right. And for baby faces, it's usually not even that they can't get up, is the heel finds a nefarious way to trap you down. I think, what was it? I forget. Roman Reigns lost a last man standing match. He got handcuffed, but the referee stopped counting. But with that being
put
said,
the kegs on top of fucking Mick Foley.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he did do that. With that being said, I do think Seth retains here. Unfortunately, my heart wants to see Shinsuke pick up this win, but I feel like this is as close as Icarus is going to fly to the sun before those wings melt, my friend. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's the same. At this point, I think the back's a fucking work. I mean, because you keep saying it's a bad back, but the motherfucker keeps winning, and I just don't see Shinsuke at this point in his career being a world champion. Like you said, I would have loved for him to get it a long time ago, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, Seth is the workhorse. I got Seth winning this too.
Yeah, I mean the back is definitely canon. Like, obviously, I don't think it's like a legit injury. You know what I mean? He's not going to go out there. I mean, all wrestlers work hurt,
right?
But I don't think he's going to work to the point where he's risking his long-term health hurt.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely canon that Seth's got a bad back. Although I do like that as a twist on his character now, though. I do feel like that adds even more depth to Seth Rollins, that he has that wear and tear on him. But yeah, I believe that's gonna be who wins it. Yeah, that's gonna be the Fastlane card. I got a couple prop bets here for you, RN. Let me get off of this right here. Let's pull out that banner and then here we go. Back over here. There we go. All right, I got two predictions for you. A, do we get the debut of Jade Cargill?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't think
not on fucking Fastlane, bro.
No. They're gonna give us a hype video though. I bet you. Here's my prediction. I bet you we actually get a short vignette of her working in the ring, like tossing around some jobber in the ring. Yeah, showing off her power, like she does like a Luthez press or something. And then also, here's the thing: do we get the Money in the Bank cash in?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Just because it's Fastlane, man. Like, if this is a different pay-per-view, maybe, but being that it's a B fucking pay-per-view, I just don't see it.
I am going with yes. Even though Seth Rollins will win the match, Damian Priest will close out the night as your new World Heavyweight Champion. I feel like that is where they're working this story into it. Yeah, so I think Damian's cashing in on Saturday.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I just don't think Fastlane is the place to do it.
It's the most protective way, once again, for Seth to lose, is in this grueling match. He barely escapes through the last man standing, and then ultimately just gets crushed by Damian Priest
you know
at
what?
the
I
end.
forgot. Yeah,
That's
I think I agree with you, man. Because I just thought, like you said, it's last man standing, so Shinsuke could do something to where Seth barely gets up.
Yep.
And then here comes fucking Damian Priest after he just had a last man standing match.
Exactly. Yeah.
It makes all the sense in the world, man.
Awesome. So yep, that's it. I don't really have any other picks. Any other last one? Any other returns or surprises? Do you think?
I can't think of anybody that would be a return or a surprise, honestly.
I'm going to say, why not? You know what? I'm just going to live dangerously. Bianca Belair returns, but not in the women's triple threat. She returns to help turn the tide over to Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits.
I'm with that. I've been calling for that.
Yeah. Taking out oh god damn it, Zelina Vega.
Nah, fuck that. I got her taking out the Stooges, bro.
Yeah, you know what? She takes out all three of them. All right, man. Well, that's our picks. Let us know your guys in the comments. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure that you tune in live Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time over on twitch.tv/SmackedRaw, where we will have the next episode of the Rewind, where I'm sure we'll run down your hot takes on the pay-per-views, because I think that's our shtick now. Instead of just like running down the pay-per-view, we'll just see what you guys said about it on Twitter, and then we'll comment on your hot takes about the show.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah. It's a nice little twist.
Yeah.
The last we just did it last week for AEW's pay-per-view, and one gentleman said it was unoriginal, and I told him I disagreed. I thought that was actually very original.
Oh, and he called us fat bitches too.
Yeah. I mean, he was half right. I am still kind of fat. I ain't a bitch though, asshole. Well, anyways,
He didn't want any smoke. I told him, I was like, because I will slap you in real life, and he stopped responding after I said that.
anyways, we're off to go start some more Twitter beef. You guys be safe. All have a good one. We'll catch you next week.
See y'all Tuesday.